Hello family, friends, and YouTube. Today is March 10th. Snowee has 4,096 miles on her, and as you can see, I have my front camera system set up, and my helmet camera, of course, is set up. Now, I've been trying to figure out this system, trying to find out the best way to set up the system. Let me go ahead and turn up here to set up a GoPro vlogging system to where I have all the different camera angles that I would like. And I, of course, originally started with and have remained with the GoPro 12s. So I have a GoPro 12 on my helmet, as shown here. I have a GoPro 12 on the left and right side of the bike, attached to the Traction Dynamics action camera mounts. Those of you new to the channel, I have a video out on that, showing how to install them, properly trim everything. So if you're interested, go check out that video. But I wanted to show you what my new setup looked like. Now, for those of you that have been following the channel, and you know that I tried to do the dash cam system, and I tried to set up what am I going to do with the a car mount. Would that be appropriate? And with the magnetics set up here on the front dash, and it turns out that no, that magnetic idea did not work out. Well, at least it didn't work out the way I had intended for it to. So I toyed around with several things, and then I got some mounts from Amazon that allows me to set everything up. And as you can see, they stick out a little bit past the windshield on both sides, the right and left side of the bike. This is a dead end, so I'm going to just go ahead and turn around. I just hadn't been down here, so I wanted to see what this was. But I put the left and right mounts on top of the action mounts, and you can see I have right here, you can see a little, the padded bushing, rubber bushing that I use to attach it, setting it on top of the actual base that came with the Traction Dynamic action camera mount. So I set it on top of there so that it wouldn't spin from its position. I used the 1/4-20 bolt to tighten them down, and then I have everything set up. Now, I don't know how any of this is going to look because I haven't seen it, but the right side, or the camera that faces me, I'm hoping that it doesn't clip the windshield. I don't have it on wide view, I have it on linear so that it doesn't protrude as far out. For those of you not motovlogging, this video right here probably won't interest you much, but I think I solved the problem. Now, when it comes to the left camera here and the camera overheating issues, I believe I found the problem, or I believe I'm able to solve the problem. And one is, you can plug it into your power source. Like I have that cigarette lighter by my knee, I have that part, so you plug that in, and you can plug directly into a GoPro 12. I'm sure the 13s are the same. Probably the 10s and 11s probably work too, but I know the 12 works. And that is, simply take the battery out. If you're going to record for a long period of time, take the battery out and plug it in to the port. Leave the door off if you want, and plug it into that side port, and plug it straight into your cigarette lighter, your power source, And yes, your cameras will run from that power source. Now, it has to be a specific amount of amps. I'll put the number at the bottom of the screen so you know that not all chargers or not all power supplies are the same. So don't assume for one moment that you can just grab any power supply and it'll do the trick. I learned that by going through a couple sources, and then I found something on YouTube that showed me exactly what I was doing wrong. So that overheating, the best way to do it is put your media mod on your camera, leave your camera battery out of it, use the second port up from on the media mod. You'll see that they have, you know, little rubber caps over them, and plug in your power source with the media mod with no battery in the camera, and that will fix your overheating issues and allow you, that I know of so far, allow you to record for like 3 hours now, or the extent of whatever you have in your memory card. Now, I don't know if it's gonna be the same when the temperatures outside is 100 degrees, because these cameras get hot. But it turns out the primary heat source on a GoPro, especially GoPro 12s, I'm assuming all GoPros, the primary heat source is in fact the battery. The batteries will swell on you, that will get stuck inside your camera. And those of you that try to put a power source in there with the battery also in there so they can stay topped off, not a good idea. Battery will get too hot, way too hot. So take that battery out and just run it without the battery. If you want to plug it into the bottom port without the media mod, you can do it. I think it vibrates loose easier, but the best thing is to put it in the media mod and plug it into the back, and then use your power source, and you will see that you, one, don't get as many freeze up on your camera, and two, you can record for an extended period of time. Now, for those of you wondering, why would you want to record for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours? Well, again, as I said originally, when I was going with the car dash cam concept, and I was going to mount it up here on top of the dash, the whole thing was to be able to run the camera most of the day if you're out looking around, so you don't miss some scenery, or that you don't have to keep replacing batteries as you're riding through an hour and a half or 2 hour beautiful scenery. Maybe you just don't want to do all that pulling over, changing batteries out and all that, so you can have a permanent battery source. And that's what I've discovered. I think I solved the problem. Of course, you know, don't give me full credit. I saw a video on YouTube of somebody explaining how to run power without the battery, and then I put 2 and 2 together, as I often do, and I thought, well, hey, that might be the answer right there. So anyway, let's discuss these different camera views. All right, so with this mounted on here the way I have it, I can not bore you when I'm at a red light by simply switching the camera to me. So now you can actually see me talking from the motorcycle helmet. It just breaks up the view, and it allows the viewer to see stuff. Now, if I wanted to switch over to the front camera without the first person view, which is away from the helmet, excuse me for that loud noise, everybody's got a sports car or something that they, well, everybody's got a little car that they want to make it sound like a sports car. Nonetheless, you can switch to this current view that we're looking at now. Of course, it's still showing a red light, so let's go back to me and the helmet view. So you have the helmet view. I got my visor open right now, and if I was to close it, you can hear the sound difference closing it, opening it. So you have less echo when the visor is open. And the 3-camera view, I think is a concept just to break up the monotony. I don't think it looks bad riding if you can see the 2 cameras on the front of the bike on those traction dynamic action camera mounts with the setup and the system that I put in place. I will include a link to these little brackets that I used. Got it off of Amazon. They weren't expensive at all. And I just thought, you know, this might be the answer if I can just get a little bit around that windshield. And hello there, sir. And I did that. Close his visor back. So you're breaking away and you're going to the cameras from their different viewpoints. So right now we're looking from the helmet camera point of view. Now if I was to ride and wanted to see scenery and don't want to give the viewer a little break from the first person view, I would simply switch over to the left camera. Now as you can see from this camera view, it is just a nice view without the bike, without the dash. Just let's just say we were riding a beautiful scenery somewhere, not here, but somewhere. There you would go. It would be very nice to just see that view for a little while. And again, no one wants to see traffic jams or red lights or stop signs. So in that case, we'd switch back to the camera of the helmet view, or the person view of me riding the motorcycle. Now you can see me in my helmet. How you doing? And this would be a view that helps break away the monotony from the red lights, stop signs, and things of that nature. Of course, you got to have something to say. I don't think I ever didn't have anything to say. Well, anyway, you break away from there, and then you go right back to the first person view, which is from the helmet camera, which I call camera 1. Now we have camera 1 shot. We're looking in front like a normal ride. The left camera right there is camera 2, and the right camera is camera 3. And to give you an example of how I program them all differently, the helmet camera has a wide view lens, so the first person view is wide angled lens, and then camera 2 over there on the left of the bike is also running at a wide angle lens. As you see traffic coming up, so we'll switch back to the helmet camera, or the person's camera over here, which is called camera 3, and you will see camera 3 looks at me, but it looks at me in a linear view. It's not a wide angle. There's no point in having a wide angle to point back at me. And of course, you know, I'm not going to switch to it, but I also have the Van True cameras, you know, front and rear of the bike with the timestamps and all that. I'm not going to switch to that. Let's open up the visor because we're pretty much stopped in traffic again. But I just wanted to share with you these camera views and this new way I mounted everything, and I like it. I like it when the cameras are not on there. I like the look. I like the look with the cameras on there. You know, some say, well, it's not low profile. Well, for a vlogger it is. You don't see all the wires or anything running from it. So for a vlogger, motovlogger, it is fairly low profile. And it's a beautiful day. It's 66 degrees out. So I just thought I'd go for just a short ride. And again, this is kind of like a follow-up video to let you know that I solved the camera problem, and this is not going to a dash camera, a car dash camera. That's not the answer. The answer was actually just to maintain whatever camera system you're using, and if it allows you to run a power source without a battery, then that's the way you want to go. power source without the battery, because the battery is your heat source. So I don't want to drag out the video, as I seem to always say in my videos, but I think I'm going to go do a night ride and test out my cameras, because each of my cameras are also programmed for different settings. I have the cameras also set up for their own profile, so each camera has, we're right now in day riding mode, then I can switch all cameras to night riding mode. I'm curious to see what that's going to look like, and I will probably do that next. That'll be my next video, because I'm probably going to ride tonight. I'll probably ride in a few hours when the sun goes all the way down, and we will see how that works. But anyway, I have them all programmed. And then I have my right camera. It is also programmed to, or excuse me, all the cameras are also programmed to be what I call mount. So the moment I go to mounted camera system or camera settings, all the cameras can be placed on a tripod. They all are automatically go to linear plus, and that's good for if I'm doing interviews or anything like that. It's a good setting. If you're interested in how I did my settings on each of the GoPro 12s to get the look that I got, I'd be happy to share them with you. Just right now I'm still testing everything out, so if you want to, just email me and I'll send you what my current settings are. I might, if I were you, I might wait until the nighttime ride. Let's see if those settings are good. But until next time, just live your life.